Hey guys, so for a while now, I wanted to do a review for This is Spinal Tap 2 or Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. Initially I actually had an idea for a funny skit to do beforehand, but under current circumstances, I'm going to kind of forego that because 2 days ago we lost Rob Reiner. Now, obviously, the man and I did not see eye to eye politically, but that really has nothing to do with anything. This man was just comedy gold. He was a legend, comedy royalty, really. I mean, because his father was Carl Reiner. But I am just really so thankful to him for, I mean, he directed Stand By Me, he directed Misery, like he was Jess's dad on New Girl, he was Meathead and All in the Family, and he was genuinely funny. You know, he gave us both Spinal Tap films. He was just really a legend, and it's just a complete tragedy that this happened, that for him to go out, you know, in such a violent way, really. I think on the first day of Hanukkah too. It's an absolute tragedy, and he will be missed. You know, I really hope from the bottom of my heart that he's in a better place now. But it does also seem maybe like a good time to review what might actually, I believe, is his last film, honestly, and a film that, frankly, I think slipped under the radar, and really that in and of itself is a damn shame, because Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues, is one of those rare comedy sequels that came out like decades later that's actually good. You know, it has a lot of cameos in it from, Paul McCartney is in it. What's his face? The Circle of Life. Oh yeah, Elton John. He's in it. And Elton John is always hysterical. But you know, it doesn't really like rely on those cameos to make it funny. It's like the actual material that they're working with. You know, I mean, that was one thing that they did for like Anchorman 2, and I think like Zoolander 2. They just like pumped it full of just cameos from famous people that you wouldn't expect to see in that movie. And the first like 2 dozen times that you saw it was actually maybe a little bit funny, but like then after it's like, okay, all right, fine. This is all you got when you don't have any funny material. Not the case for Spinal Tap 2. They have a new drummer, and I believe by this point it's, I think, like their 11th drummer, because all of them have died under mysterious circumstances. There's a lot of jokes in this film where the setup is the same as the first film, but it gets taken in a completely different direction. Everybody in the movie is, I mean, frankly, it's like they never stepped out of the roles, and I think that doing it, you know what, over 4 decades later actually kind of works, because now it's like they're retired, there's drama in the band, a couple of the band members haven't spoken to each other in years, and so, you know, there's like this whole other dynamic. They're tired, they're old, they're kind of old news. There's a lot of like older rock legends that are like, oh yeah, Spinal Tap, they're amazing, they're geniuses of their own time, but you know, like they haven't really had like a hit in God knows how many years. Now, I haven't seen Return to Spinal Tap. I believe it was a concert, and I think they even referenced that in this movie. Rob Reiner is still doing he's basically the, you know, the documentary filmmaker, the mockumentary filmmaker who's interviewing these guys. There are The one thing that I will say about the movie is I wish that they had more like new songs. Most of them, the overwhelming majority, were songs that we're already familiar with, but I mean, they're still funny, you know, and seeing Elton John take part in Stonehenge is really funny. Speaking of jokes that like the setup is the same as the original, there's another mishap when they do Stonehenge. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to go into detail about what it is, but it's like really, really, really funny. Now, this film, you know, I have to say it's much like the first film. I think that it's only like a minute, maybe longer. The first film, I think, was like an hour and 22 minutes long. This is an hour and 23 minutes long. So it just breezes by. And it honestly, in my opinion, it gets funnier as it goes along. When I first started watching, I was kind of like, okay, it's probably not going to be as good as the first one. But honestly, the funniest part about the movie is the end credits. Because throughout the entirety of the end credits, there are just, it's not even bloopers. It's just like extra like interviews and stuff like that. And it's all hysterical. There's one scene in the film, I'll tell you this one joke. It's a total dad joke, but I think it was supposed to be like a documentary on Bruce Springsteen or something like that. And he says, It's called I Am Springsteen Going on 17. And I don't know why, but my wife and I just lost our shit. It was just so freaking funny. And like the delivery made it that much better, you know, because it was just like that deadpan, like totally serious, talking about something absolutely absurdist. This was Spinal Tap 2 was a really funny movie, and I think that in many ways it was a great companion piece to the first one. I think you could watch the two back to back for a less than 3 hour experience, honestly. And it again, you could watch them back to back. It feels like a companion piece, kind of the way like the original Halloween 2 feels like a companion piece to the original, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, man, it was a really funny movie, and it was like in and out of theaters. Yeah, I felt like it barely had any marketing at all, and I don't think that a lot of people went out to see it. I don't think that a lot of Gen Zers even knew what the hell it was, to be honest. You know, any Gen Zers out there, watch This Is Spinal Tap. It's really freaking hysterical. And then go and watch the second one. For all you guys who missed out, or maybe even don't even know that this movie exists, it does. It's actually out on Blu-ray now. So, you know, let's give it a nice cult following. Rob Reiner, like, honestly, man, thank you. Thank you for just the decades of comedy, the amazing suspense films that you've directed. Just thank you for everything, dude. Like, you've created so much that has meant so much to people over the years, and it's really nothing shy of a tragedy that you know, you left us this soon. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. Spinal Tap 2, definitely check it out. It's his last gift to us. So, you know, take that for what it is. All right, guys, that's all she wrote.